Hi, my name is Byron Norton, and today I'm going to be comparing the Office UK and the Office US versions. It's going to be a broad overlook between the two shows as a whole and their style of humor, and I will also be comparing the four main characters from each show, which are David Brent and Michael Scott, then Tim and Jim, then Don and Pam, and then Garth and Dwight. I will also talk briefly on the rest of the cast. I will also show clips from each in order for y'all to see what I'm talking about. Alright. For starters, people did not think the US version would last due to how the British style humor differs from the American style humor, but the fact that the show is based off of something that every working class person can relate to allowed it to be successful, with a few minor changes of the humor style differing from the UK style and the American style. That's according to the articulations of National Identity. So the UK has a much more crude style of humor, such as how Tim is always calling Garth a cock.
You're a twat, Gareth. You're a twat on an end.
I'm still not listening, so it's not offending me.
Right, okay, so you won't hear this. You're a cock, you're a cock, you're a cock. You're a cock. Yeah, look. This is the...
And in the US version, Jim will do less crude things, such as making a so-called mega desk with all of Dwight's stuff.
We should be able to have that over to you by Monday. Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
What the hell is this?
Oh,
This is not Megadesk.
no, it's not. They call it quad desk.
That's ridiculous. This is made up of 3 desks.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to rename it then, aren't we? Hello, Dwight Schrute.
Also, the presents that are given in the two shows differ in many different ways, such as like the UK version, an inflatable penis and a dildo are both presents that are given from character to character.
This is exciting. This is big. Big and exciting. We've got an exciting, huge inflatable cock.
You
God.
can sit on that if you like. That's not just for me, mate. That's from Dawn as well.
Oh,
God, you haven't gone already, have you?
no, you can never have too many anyway, I think.
And you do prefer it.
Even I'm shocked.
You did?
One size fits all.
Can I just, sorry, can I just look at the face? Look at the face. Gareth, look at the face.
I can't believe
Look
you're
at the
touching that.
Why? Look at this.
You don't know where that's been, mate.
Well, I do know.
And then in the US version, a pair of handmade mittens are given away as a gift.
Michael, it's a going away present so your hands won't get cold.
Ah.
It's almost done, but you can't get them wet and they can't be dry cleaned either. You have to hand wash without water, wring dry gently, and use a hair dryer on cool.
Sounds great. I just think it's great.
Oh, I have gifts as well.
So the first two characters that I want to compare are David Brent and Michael Scott. These two characters are very similar in the sense that they both want to be friends first and a boss second. That's according to the articulations of National Identity. They both try to be the funny guy in the office. They don't want to be seen as the strict, rude boss, but different in the sense of like being liked by the other characters and not being liked. So where David Brent, he is rude in the sense of his humor, and it comes out towards the end of the seasons, the other characters in the show do not tend to like him as much as they do Michael Scott, and that's according to BillDottie.com. Whenever David Brent leaves the show, nobody seems to really care or be sad.
Yeah. If you're wondering what that meeting was just about in there, that's it. I've been made redundant. Yeah.
But when Michael Scott leaves the show, all the other characters are sad and they throw a going away party for him. they both end up in awkward situations when they're trying to be funny, because they'll tell a joke that is inappropriate or not at the right time and place, and they just kind of stand there awkwardly looking around waiting for somebody to laugh, which kind of gives the viewers an opportunity to laugh at their uncomfortableness and their whole situations and the way they go about things.
Well, I am staying in a hotel.
I don't care, it's not my shit.
Well, you're an ambassador for the hotel.
I don't care.
I think you'll care when I tell you what the complaint is. I think there's been a rape up there. I got his.
Every time black people want to have a good time, some ain't ass I take care of my kids. Is always want credit for something they're supposed to do. What you want, cookie?
Tim and Jim. These two characters are both an underdog in a story of love, in a sense, because they both are in love with the receptionist, but they can't do anything about it, or so they think. They can't do anything about it because the receptionist is engaged to one of the warehouse workers, and they've been engaged for 3 years. They both work dead-end jobs as sale reps, and they both love playing pranks on either Dwight or Garth, depending on which series you were in. Their pranks kind of differ a little bit, but they're also similar in the same. Like, they both do pranks as like putting their coworkers' office supplies in Jello.
All part of the job. What's going on?
Put my stapler inside a jelly again. That's the third time he's done it. It wasn't even funny the first time.
Why has he done that?
Told him once that I don't like jelly. Don't trust the way it moves.
Yeah, you showed him a weakness. He pounced. You should know about that.
What is that?
That's my stapler.
No. Do not take it out. You have to eat it out of there. Because there are starving people in the world, and which I hate, and it is a waste of that kind of
Okay,
food.
you know what? You can be a witness. Can you reprimand him, please?
How do you know it was me?
It's always you. Are you going to discipline him or not?
And they both they mess with with Dwight or Garth's office supplies and his desk and stuff.
You see my phone, huh? Where's my phone? Have you got it? Where have you put it? Seriously, where have you put my phone? Don't believe it, Garrett. So many times I've told you not to touch my stuff.
Excuse me.
Phone's a different matter.
Yeah, it's for charity.
What else
all right?
is safe?
I'm taking.
Where's my tiny tanks?
What is this?
Happy holidays, Dwight. But do not open it till Christmas.
You're so pathetic. How long did this take you? 3 hours?
5 minutes, actually. I am a black belt in gift wrapping.
Yeah, no such thing. They don't give out black belts for things that are stupid. Well, I hope it was worth it, because I'm going to take it apart in about 5 minutes.
I think I'll take a little bit longer than that.
Really? If I can skin a mule deer in less than 10 minutes, I ought to be able to cut my way.
Tim will take some things a little bit further as to when he had kissed Garth as a prank, and Jim never really does anything that extreme.
Don't. Why are you so cut up about it?
That was one.
Don and Pam, they are both the receptionists. They both have been engaged for 3 years, like I said previously, to a warehouse guy who is doing nothing about it. They both want to be an illustrator or an artist of some sort, and neither one of their fiancés seem to be very supportive of it. They both seem to have a hidden feelings for either Tim or Jim, but they never really get to be the ones who go out and express it. You just kind of have to see that as you watch the seasons as a viewer, but you definitely will notice like little things as the cameras can show you. Both Don and Pam will show jealousy through their nonverbal cues when they see that Tim and or Jim is falling for another woman and starting to develop feelings for another woman.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Genius. Genius.
Brilliant.
I feel like I've been kind of cold to Karen.
But at the end of the season in the UK, Don and Tim will end up together, and Jim and Pam will end up in the later seasons of The Office US version. Now, Garth and Dwight. These two characters are both social outcasts. They do not realize that what they are doing is so far out there and different and weird and odd on so many different levels. They think that everything that they do is normal, even though it is not. And this is shown in an article from theatlantic.com. They both are very power hungry, and they take their job way, way too seriously. Like, for instance, when Garth is having to investigate something that happened in the office because David Brent had asked him to, he decides to take the conference room and he starts making all these different signs and stuff and calling like the interrogation room, the interrogation office. And he takes it way, way over the top, and to him it is totally normal.
It's signs that Gareth's made for the door of his office. He started off with interrogation room. He went to interrogation office, investigation room, investigation office, just for the... he really lost it here. Quiet, please. Investigation in process. Silence. Interrogation. That's frightening. This is what he's gone for. Investigation and meeting room. Makes sense. My personal favourite, though, has to be Gareth Keenan investigates. Why? So...
There's a lot of, I'm trying to work in here.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Normal. Also for Dwight finds a joint in the parking lot, and he does a similar thing with the conference room and taking things way...
Dwight found half a joint in the parking lot, which is unfortunate because, as it turns out, Dwight finding drugs is more dangerous than most people using drugs.
Let's go over some of these symptoms of marijuana use.
Out of proportion. But they do differ in a sense of their sex life. Garth is more open about his sex life, or in his attempt to have one. He will try and hit on a woman or try and go for a woman, even though the woman may not seem to be interested.
Alright, hi.
Hello.
You don't have a boyfriend, do you?
Nope.
No. Any kids from previous marriages or anything?
No.
Would you like to come out for a drink with me tonight?
I can't, I'm afraid. I'm gonna go out with Tim, so...
Tonight?
Yeah.
Can I come?
Whereas Dwight, they're both very confident in their chasing of women, but Dwight is more secretive about it, and he will not say who his girlfriend is, but you will see it as a viewer, because him and his girlfriend Angela will sneak off, and you will see them two together throughout the seasons. And then the cast, just as a whole, in general, the UK doesn't really use the other characters as important people in the show. They just kind of have them there as people that are there working and filling in spots. Whereas the US, they use their characters all to the fullest of their advantage. To where, for example, like with Creed, they decided to make him some crazy psychopath where every time he says something, it just doesn't make sense and it just blows your mind.
My office, 5 minutes.
Parlay?
Pirate code. He wants to meet.
So everyone here knows pirate code?
I understand it. I can't speak it.
And Meredith is a sex-craved drunk.
Bunch of prudes. You know, Oscar's allowed to wear sandals, but I'm not allowed to wear open-toed shoes. Is that how it goes?
Meredith, your boob is out.
Fine.
No.
Meredith, too far!
Damn it, Meredith, where are your panties?
It's casual day.
Toby?
And they do this so they can like feed off of each other, like the characters and stuff, and just have little funny tags in the show as the seasons go on. So that way you don't have to focus on just the main 4 characters, and you can have a much broader sense.